anime review. I'm just kidding. Welcome back, guys, to another video. We're gonna be talking about Shield here today. But before we get into it, just a couple of housekeeping things. I'm coming out with a new video. It's scripted. It's gonna be coming out within the next couple of days, hopefully. Trying to write it. It's gonna be a little bit more of an analysis video, so definitely be tuning in for that. You'll see that in the next couple of days. And I have a Discord server. Link will be on the screen because I feel like YouTube is nerfing my suggestion rate because of me putting the Discord link in the description. So I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. It'll be here, right here. And if you really want to, you can just type it in. And this is like a little experiment. If it doesn't do anything, then I'll just keep it in the description. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. So, Rising of the Shield Hero. You know, I've been making videos about this for a while, and they've gotten progressively worse over time. So, I decided to take an extra day and really try and find like one kind of focus area that I wanted to talk about for this episode. And something that I've noticed for a while now is people comparing people in the Shield Hero, or like the characters in the Shield Hero, to other quote-unquote more well-written anime and manga. And I'm gonna kind of go over that and talk about why I think the characters in Shield Hero are actually a very realistic portrayal of how actual people would act. So this was sparked because I got in a debate with somebody who is a Spice and Wolf fan. I am a Spice and Wolf fan, okay? I love Spice and Wolf. But they were calling Raphtalia just a one-dimensional shit waifu. And, you don't fuck with my waifu. Anyways, they were comparing her to Holo and talking about how Raphtalia was a one-dimensional shit anime waifu, and how you know, in comparison to Holo, Raphtalia is terrible, basically. Now, while I'm not going to say that Raphtalia is on the same level as Holo in any respect, Holo is definitely a very complex character, and I very much think that she has a lot more depth to her. But I'm not going to say that Raphtalia is a shit character, mostly because of one factor, and I think that people kind of forget this based on her looks, and that's Raphtalia is 10. As of this point in the anime, I'm pretty sure that Raphtalia is still 10, and that means that, you know, even though she's leveling up, and obviously if it works like a game, her intelligence stat is going up, she still has the relative mindset of a very young person. And comparing this said young person, roughly 10 years of age, to somebody who's several hundred years old is not a fair comparison. When people are 10 years old, nobody has like depth to who they are as a person when they're that young. They haven't seen enough of the world, and they haven't established their own ideas on their morality, on what they think's right and wrong, on what they like, what they don't like, what they believe in. They haven't discovered that stuff for themselves, and so you can't really draw that kind of conclusion. And I think that the change in Raphtalia that we've seen is in the way that she views the world, and the way that she thinks has not really changed that much from when she was first picked up by Fumi as a slave. I think that, and just hear me out here, okay? I think that Raphtalia mentally is very childish, and obviously we see that with her. We saw that last episode when she was talking about kissing would get her pregnant. She obviously doesn't understand the intricacies of how reproduction works, to put it in some nice terms. And her love for Naofumi is very childish, and it feels more like admiration for somebody a strong figure in their life, which younger children often have. And so that's why I think that Raphtalia, the consistency of Raphtalia's character, even though her outer appearance changes drastically in the episodes, from episode to episode, the outer appearance of, or the inner workings of Talia is very true to what someone her age, her mental age, would actually act like and actually think. I'm gonna bring up mine because talking about consistency among characters, we haven't seen her for the past couple episodes. We don't know what she's doing really, but the consistency in her character is also there, and I think that one of the stronger points of this anime and manga. Haven't read the manga. I've only read the chapters up to the anime. I think that the consistency among characters is a strong selling point. The characters do not seem unrealistic in their actions or behaviors from what we're given. Okay, now we may think that Mine is a complete bitch because she is, but since she's initially characterized that way, say if Mine started acting super nice, obviously that would off-put us because it's not consistent with what her character has been up until this point. But since Mine is still a bitch, and she's still hated by everyone in the anime community, her consistency as a character is very well done. We can see this in Fumi as well. Back in the very first episode, I don't even remember. I don't even know if you guys remember this, but it was described that Fumi, while he wasn't poor before he came to the New World, he didn't have a ton of money. He was getting paid to look after his brother, if I recall correctly. And his actions in the New World, mainly with his pursuit of wealth and currency, is not only fueled by his need for survival as the hero, but also because of his past life and the way that he's been grown up and the way that he was before he came to this world. He didn't have a lot of money. He wasn't poor, but he was of a lower economic status, I would assume, based on him going out in tracksuit and stuff like that, and being a college student, because college makes you poor. And so whenever he gets this new world, he focuses on the acquisition of wealth and skills and talents that can get him money. We see it in this 8th episode that he is, above all else, trying to sustain himself and trying to get wealth so that he can use it to better his life in the new world. The only reason that he went to go save the village in the 8th episode is because of the fact that they were going to pay him. Okay, he's not going to do something that he can't be paid for, or that he's not going to be paid for or compensated for in any way. We also see this consistency in the other heroes. So in the first and second episode, the other heroes are characterized as they already know this world. They're like, oh yeah, it's a game, whatever. And we see their mindset as this being a game is reflected in the way that they treat aspects of this game. So we know that the sword hero took down this dragon and left its body there, obviously. And from his mindset of this is a game, he expected his body to just despawn, okay? But it didn't, and now it's rotting and becomes an undead dragon and becomes the main conflict that now Fumi has to pass through in this episode. And I think that a lot of these events that are happening are coming from the other heroes' ignorances. It was said that in the first episode that the shield hero is typically ignorant of this world, but right now I'm getting the hunch that the other heroes are really the ones that are not understanding what's going on around them. Now Fumi is the only one that actually believes and actually, adheres that this is a real world in and of itself, and this functions just like the other one with a little bit of differences. Bodies still decay, currency still talks, people are people and people are going to do what they want to do, and that is what makes up this world, and that's what makes this world similar to our world. And so the other heroes thinking this is a game is very consistent with their actions as treating this like a game and just going out killing high monsters for like rare loot and all that stuff. Instead, now Fumi is treating this just like he's living another life and he has to try and get by. And I think that is one of the strong selling points, is this consistency that we see with the characters and the themes that are going through each episode. But yeah, getting away from that, I went on a little bit of a rant. I enjoyed this episode. I thought that when Philo got sucked in by the dragon, I was about to flip if Philo died. Like, I could not have handled that if Philo has actually died. That was gonna destroy me. But luckily she didn't. Obviously, it was a little bit comical. And we also see now Fumi grow a little bit in this episode from who he was before. We saw that he was still hanging on to that doubt that he had in his heart about this world taking everything from him, and we saw him give in to his hatred, obviously, to activate the hatred series, the wrath series of his shield, which causes the curse in Raphtalia. I think that now Fumi is finally starting to let go and recover from his past trauma with mine and his mistrust of people, at least in respects to Raphtalia and Philo. I definitely enjoyed it, and finally seeing Naofumi laugh and smile and him being a total tsundere about it was really reassuring, and it was very nice to see to wrap this episode up. It was very heavy, and the ending ended on a very high note, and I really enjoyed it. Those are just my thoughts on this episode. If you liked the video, make sure and leave a like, comment down below what you want to see next, and comment down below if you think that the consistency in these characters is something that you even noticed. I didn't really notice until I actually watched these episodes back again to try and prepare for this and try and give a better analysis video than I have been recently. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.